Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. And today's video is about the preview on Forecasting 11 Weather episode 2. So the episode 2 of Forecasting 11 Weather begins with Ha Kyung leaving the apartment after seeing Ki-jun cheat on her. She curses out her ex-fiancé and decides to call off their wedding. Okay, he says nonchalantly, leaving Ha Kyung to break down into tears. Fast forward to the present, and Ki-jun tells Ha Kyung to keep civilized, given they still have to work together. However, she's less than enthused by his behavior, and it's made even worse when his new mistress rings and encourages him to head home. The point of contention here comes from the apartment and who it belongs to. Ha Kyung's mother urges her daughter to stand her ground, pointing out that this should be hers and she needs to fight to keep it. In the morning, Siwoo finds himself stopped at the front entrance despite being an employee. He's lost his ID and the picture on file is different to how he is now. As we catch a glimpse of it, it's clear he's lost a lot of weight. Thanks to Ha Kyung's influence, Siwoo manages to make it inside the building. He's actually being dispatched to her team and will be working with Ha Kyung for the next 2 weeks. Much to her annoyance, in fact, she even tries to urge Bongchun to reverse his decision. However, he's convinced that Ha Kyung is going to take the job in Switzerland. She's got 1 week to make a decision. The thing is, this situation is made all the tougher by Ki-jun and his new mistress, who is to be working at the station as well. And as fate would have it, it happens to be Yoo Jin-chae, the reporter who broke up with Siwoo. Ha Kyung throws herself into her work, but the atmosphere is, well, hostile, to say the least. With senior forecaster on their team too, the other workers whisper that they will be disbanded soon, with Ha Kyung heading off to Switzerland. Ki-jun continues to flirt with his mistress at work and even hounds Ha Kyung about the apartment. However, she bites back and demands he hand back the items he's taken and especially the TV given she paid half for it. Siwoo soon realizes how the four of them are entangled together and speaks to Ha Kyung about it at work. The pair are at ease, calling Ki-jun a loser. Siwoo also tells Ha Kyung not to take the Switzerland job if it's only to get away from Ki-jun. Back home, Ha Kyung finds all of her stuff packed up, including the TV and rice cooker. So naturally, she takes pictures of them and decides to sell them online. However, it turns out that the serial number on the TV is actually one from the overseas, and money she wired Ki-jun originally is way more than the TV is actually worth. The real icing on the cake here though comes from Ki-jun's next move. He sends a certificate of contents over to Ha Kyung's mom, intending to try and force them to split the apartment. Ha Kyung is livid. Ha Kyung eventually calls out Ki-jun and after slapping him in the hallway, he turns things around and claims he was the victim. He points out how bossy she was and even brings up how they did the wallpaper on their day off together. Only she got into work and left him to do it all. When Ki-jun finished with his little rant, Ha Kyung bites back with venomous wrath. She solds the apartment and after deducting his 5 million won deposit and the money she scammed her out of the TV, he is left with 7% of the sale. With everyone there listening in, Ha Kyung eventually tells him to go to the Geneva instead, hurrying into Bongchun's office and deciding to decline the Switzerland gig after all. Off the back office, Siwoo and Ha Kyung both head out for a drink together, lamenting all of Ki-jun's flaws. The thing is, even if there are flaws, there's also things she used to like too. Unfortunately, the pair end up drinking a lot, leading to them both waking up in a bed together naked in the morning. Oh, oh. And as we soon see, they both started kissing outside the bar and continued to do so all the way back to the Siwoo's place. Hakyung tries to brush off what's happened as a mistake and how they should be mature and forget that this happened. After all, with Siwoo heading off to the meteorology office in the next week, then it should be just blow over right? Well, no. As it turns out, Siwoo has actually been given a permanent role on the team too, so they're going to be working together from now. After a dramatic opening episode, forecasting Lavin weather starts to shift tone slightly to more of a comedic and romantic role. This works well in the context of the series, balancing out the more dramatic moments involving Kijun and Hakyung. However, seeing Hakyung stand up for herself in front of everyone at work, no less, was incredibly satisfying at a great moment to show how strong she actually is. However, the situation with Siwoo is obviously going to escalate over time now, and there's definitely a feeling of this learning into more of the rom-com vibes. Either way, everything is set up nicely for an enticing follow-up week to really learn into and develop the blossoming romance between our two leads. Thanks for watching. Please to subscribe and share for more videos like this.